Breza at the Resource World in Las Vegas, and owner of Iconic Beverage Solutions. Iconic Beverage Concepts. He'll be walking you through two mocktails that he's designed using functional teas and coffee. So I'll hand it over to Derek.
Thank you very much. All right. Can you hear me all right? Awesome. Yeah, like she said, my name's Derek Crow. I've been in Las Vegas about 12 years now, so spent most of my professional career up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, interacting and growing and learning, and that's what brought me here today. So today, part 3 of our mocktail segment, we kind of want to get away from just the mocktail terminology and get into some functional beverages, mainly like a coffee and a tea is something else we can use at home, something we can use in bar, restaurants, or even little lounges. So 2 different variations we're trying to use today. I've got a cold brew coffee, something actually is very similar to what I enjoy on a daily basis, a little more of an uplifting beverage as well. And we've got a little spritz. But to help make both these beverages possible, we partner with a lot of fantastic brands out here. I think that most of these drinks are only as good as their ingredients. So I'm going to have a few of our donating partners come up and speak about their brands just a little bit, so we understand a little bit more about what they are, and then we'll move into both of these beverages. So moving into our cold brew, one that we're featuring today is Lee's. So it's Vietnamese coffee, sold all throughout Costco's. Nice array here of different teas, vanilla, original, triple shot. Today we're using their original cafe latte. If you want to learn more about this brand, their booth is actually just across the way over here. They're sampling every one of their, see, she's got one right there. Everything that they've got in their portfolio is in that booth right there. So if any questions, please feel free to stop by. Say hi. Excellent. Then we use an oatmeal milk as one of our oat milk substitutes for today's beverage as well. But mainly going into our fancy spritz, our second beverage, we've got a lot of our partners here. So actually we'll bring over Chris with the wild hibiscus. We're using their butterfly pea flower in our sparkling tea beverages this afternoon. So we have a mic for Chris there, so we can speak on that a little bit. Oh, he's got the big bag. Look at this. We'll get him all mic'd up so he can speak about that a little bit more.
So, hello everyone, I'm Chris from Wild Hibiscus. We're a small family company which is basically farm all the way through to production. We supply finished goods as well as ingredients to manufacturers. Just to highlight what Derek is doing today, butterfly pea flowers, for those of you who don't know about them, they're in the pea family, they grow on a vine. The flowers grow year-round, we harvest year-round, but the peak season is really February to April. And it's that real versatility, that deep blue pigment that you can get out of the flowers, which is so key and versatile for so many different applications. You know, Mother Nature's made all these colours are all out there, and the likes of Derek is using them in applications which he'll show you today. No real flavour or aroma in the flowers. It's all about that beautiful deep blue colour and that colour changeability, which I'm sure you'll see with Derek today.
That right there.
So if you have any questions after you see today, we're over in booth 2415. We'd love to see you over there and talk a little bit more and show you some of our finished products so you can see really from farm through to retail or food service formats for the market. So I'll hand it back over to Derek, who does a great job, and enjoy.
Awesome, thank you Chris, appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
All right, and then moving over to one of our other components we're using today, we've donated the pure citrus 100% yuzu extract from Kankitsu Labo.
Hello everyone, my name is Megumi and I'm a co-founder of Kankitsu Labo. Kankitsu means citrus in Japanese and Labo is a laboratory, so we're basically your Japanese citrus laboratory. So if you need anything, just come to us. And our concept is to bring scrumptious flavors of Japanese citrus. We have about 90 plus citrus harvested in Japan. So we obviously have yuzu, and we have more products like Iokan, Sudachi, and Kawachi Bankan, those citrus that you may have never heard of. So we are at booth number 3143. Please come to our booth and taste the flavors. So our 100% pure citrus extract, there's nothing but yuzu in it. This one bottle contains extract of 10 yuzu citrus. And we focus on how we squeeze the citrus. Rather than squeezing from the top, we squeeze from the side so we can control the amount of oil and pulp to go in. And what you see at the top, these a little bit pulp up here, is what you can tell by knowing that it's actually really good citrus and what is pure. So yeah, please enjoy the tea.
Awesome, thank you very much. And then one of our other vendors brought some tea by. We're using a passion fruit tea inside of our fancy spritz. So this is a Thesaurus. We got my fun little pterodactyl there on the front. Beautiful passion fruit tea that we're using for today's beverage. But without further ado, we'll jump right into the first coffee beverage. I thought this was kind of fun, getting away from just mocktails and doing functional beverages. So something I like to enjoy in the morning. For a long time, I couldn't do hot coffee. Hot coffee was actually helping me develop a real bad case of acid reflux. Didn't know what it was, did some research on it. Most coffees have a lot of acid inside. So what I found better than that is I wanted more caffeine, so I transitioned to cold brew coffee. So cold brew coffee is usually steeped a little bit longer, higher caffeine content, 67% less acid, so it was much better on my system. It was almost like a win-win scenario for me. So in the morning, I've got to get my caffeine spike. So we're using that coffee. Another great ingredient to use in the morning as well is MCT oils, which we're using to add a little bit of fat content to this as well. MCT oils, everybody heard of MCT oils? So it translates to medium chain triglycerides. It's actually an extract from coconut oil. This particular product is completely unflavored. You can add it into coffees, you can add it into smoothies. It does try to gravitate towards the top, so incorporating it sometimes into a smoothie might be easier, or using a immersion blender or a whisk to really incorporate all those things. Fantastic way to get a very, very clean burn of energy. It also helps you tap into your body's natural reserves. Another big craze right now too is also mushroom coffee. You see, like the mushroom teas that everybody's putting out in the markets. So a lot of great benefits to all these different varieties of mushrooms that go inside. Adaptogens, good for the brain, good for the gut, good for your digestive tract. Another great thing that's good for your metabolism as well is cayenne pepper. So we're using a tiny little pinch of cayenne pepper in here, not to impart so much spice, but again to kickstart the capsaicin inside in your system and elevate your metabolism a little bit. Got a lot of earthy tones with everything that we're using here, so we're going to sweeten it down just a tiny, tiny bit with a little bit of vanilla syrup from Torani, and then oat milk. I also got away from having 2 children now, got away from cow's milk almost entirely. There's actually a lot of benefits from enjoying oat milk or even almond milk. Sometimes there's actually higher amounts of vitamin D and calcium inside those. And when you mix them into a beverage, it's almost, for me, it's actually hard to tell the difference between cow's milk, that fat content, as opposed to oat milk. So I'd almost rather prefer to go for the cleaner option. So let's get this beverage started. This is called an Anti-Up. So we're going to use about 5 ounces of Lee's concentrates. So of course, this being a concentrate, I'm going to dilute this by half. 2.5 ounces of the Lee's. Got some water right here, and 2.5 ounces of this as well. Now again, to incorporate all these ingredients, I'm going to put it in a little cup. This is not the finishing glass, but I'm going to use an immersion blender to make sure I can incorporate all these ingredients here. Next, we're doing a 1/4 ounce of vanilla syrup from Torani, another one of our partners today. All right, and usually about 1 ounce of mushroom tea, which is something I already went ahead and brewed. This is something you can do ahead of time as well if you don't want to deal with the powder. I actually mixed this together with hot water, basically made a tea, put it in a bottle, and actually a smaller portion like this you can set in the refrigerator and have it for the next week to come. So I'm using about 1 ounce of that. And the mushroom, I found, when you incorporate into a beverage, really doesn't have much flavor at all as far as bitterness or anything like that. A lot of people are really concerned with mushrooms in anything, especially if you're not a mushroom eater yourself. MCT oil, 1 ounce. Again, great source of energy. And the cayenne pepper. This is stuff I just bought at Target. You can buy it at any local grocery store. A little pinch of that inside. And of course, add a little bit of body and texture. Some oat milk. We're going to do about 1 ounce of that. All right, now my beverage is in there. Of course, you can see, I'm not sure in the front row there, the oil wants to try to gravitate towards the top. The cayenne pepper extract wants to sit on top as well. I don't want to get that in the first sip. So a little immersion blender or even a little at-home whisk would do just fine for this application. So open the whisk just like that. Everything's incorporated. Nice little footed mug. Roll it into the glass. There's our Anti-Up functional morning coffee. We've actually got samples of this we're going to pass around as well. Please give it a try. Let me know what you think. This is also something too, if you are middle of your day, a nice little brunch, little shot of Borghetti espresso liqueur might work really well in this as well. Vanilla vodka, Bailey's. We have somebody who recommend that the other day. Any questions on this Yandy Up beverage at all? So in this one, you might get a little bit of the capsaicin or the cayenne pepper spice in the aftertaste. I've always thought that heat, something like this, should be enjoyed as a sensation and not just overpower the beverage itself. But this is about how I start my day every single day before getting out to work. It's great, it's uplifting. Don't have that big caffeine crash, sugar crash at the end of it all. There's minimal sugar inside this as well. So a little more of a healthy mocktail beverage.
Black powder.
Dave, you like? Yeah? Nice.
Thích most.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, just right
Nó
about
là
it.
cay. Nó có cho black powder. Ginger hay cái gì. That's good.
Well,
Yeah.
excellent. I've done over at Lee's. They
Strong
have
and gives you a
as
kick.
well.
Yeah.
Very good. Make sure everybody gets a little taste test of that before we start filming.
Strong though.
Yeah. You like that? The heat. Everybody else getting a little bit of heat in the end as well? Nice. Good. Like I said, metabolism kickstarter. It's really nice. All right. So we're going to move to our fancy spritz. Again, this is a complete NA beverage. So we use sparkling wet toast. We got a booth just a few stops away over here.
Đây là một cái ly mà anh ấy làm là cho buổi sáng. Là bao gồm có ly coffee này, có cả oatmeal, có cả black powder, có cả những cái gia vị khác mà người ta trộn lại với nhau để làm một cái buổi sáng mà có rất nhiều energy. Uống một phát là rất là strong nha các bạn, có thể là cung cấp được cho mình khỏe ra trong cái buổi sáng.